Gardener here in upcountry Kula, and we're at the Native Nursery, and I've been blessed to meet Michelle here, and she's going to give us a little tour of the nursery to show you guys the native plants in Hawaii. So let's go and take a tour, guys. So awesome of you to do this, by the way.
This is going to be like pretty down and dirty.
Nice. We like it down and dirty on Urban Gardener. And it's a beautiful day here in upcountry, guys. Great day to come by the Native Nursery.
So all of our landscape is landscaped by pretty much Jonathan, who is part owners. Jonathan and Ethan are the owners. All of this stuff that we have here right here is koa. So koa is the second primary forest tree in Hawaii, ohia being the first. Koa is a little bit more dry. So these are all local source seed koa for conservation and sale. We've got pilo. What's being drawn up here, this is all halapepe, which is another dry forest plant. So because we're in Kula and because we are hot, dry, sunny, we have mostly dry forest plants that we grow here. We do have the ability to do some wetter things, but our conditions are mostly dry forest. And we do a lot for conservation and outplanting, both for the state and for our CUH, which is the college. And then we also have stuff for retail.
Awesome. And Maui's one of the drier islands, is that correct?
Not necessarily. We have on the other side of Halakala, we've got the Big Bog, which is in contention for Kauai for the wettest place on earth.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of a misnomer when people fly into Kahului and they see how dry it is in the middle of the valley, that there are some very wet areas here as well.
Well, so Hawaii is kind of known for having a super diverse landscape and climate zones. We've got almost all of them. So we've got everything from, like, again, the wettest place on earth to basically desert. So yeah, Kahului is basically desert. It's supposed to be dunes. And then Kihei is currently desert, but it's supposed to be a wetland.
Oh, really?
Same with Maalae. Maalae is supposed to be wetland. But then of course you have like leeward side of Halakala, leeward side of Mauna Kahalavai are both super dry.
So could you say here in Maui, if there was a climate that you liked, you could find it?
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, that's why I'm up country, because I like it to be warm, but I don't want it to be hot, and I like being cool, but I don't want snow.
Sounds like me.
So this is all ohia on your right here. So ohia lehua, lehua is the flower, and we propagate it for the different colors of lehua. Red is the most common wild color in all of Hawaii, and so there's a lot of really rich reds, but then we also propagate yellow, which is called mamo, and also orange ohias as well. So these are all kind of, this front row is kind of what we call our mother stock. It's a lot of just plants that we've selected that we really like, and we're using them to propagate.
And you guys all know about mother plants. We all want to get our best phenoms. No matter what you are growing, it's all about getting the best stock that you can get. All about keeping healthy plants. And do you guys use your chickens for compost?
We mainly just give our chickens food and then eat the eggs. We're not very involved chicken owners. But we have dogs, so the chickens don't really get to run around very much. These are our tangelos. They're amazing. We do have, so we're primarily a native plant nursery, but we do have citrus, because you can't be on Maui and not have citrus. So these plants were actually planted, I think, like 7 years ago or something by Jonathan, and we're now able to harvest hundreds of pounds from them.
Oh, that's
every
awesome.
Year. This is what we call the gulch. Jonathan kind of planted this to be representative of what wild Kula is supposed to look like.
Oh,
so the
nice.
plants down here are just kind of plants that he grew and planted in order to be like, this is what is supposed to be here in Kula naturally. So this is kind of an example of what you won't actually see on Maui, because there is basically no dryland forest left on Maui. I think there's only 2% of the native dry forest is actually left on Maui. It's one of the most critical habitats, endangered habitats in Hawaii is the dry forest, and it's also one of the most diverse. There's a lot of plants that are native to the dry forest that are not found anywhere else in the world, and most of them are critically endangered.
Which is a shame.
So most of the plants that you see here are native to this specific area.
And I see we have lots of gourds.
Yeah, so the gourds they primarily grow for like school projects. We kind of donate them to school groups. We also have mango, because mango's kind of the same as citrus, and you gotta have it. These are Pritchardia palms. It's one of the, Pritchardia is a native genus to Hawaii, and Pritchardias cross a lot. They're very, very known. Fan palms are known for hybridizing and crossing.
Oh,
so
really?
These are true species Pritchardia native to Maui and Molokai. So they're super valuable just because we know exactly what the seed source is, and so we know it's a true species.
All about keeping true genetics.
And we do that a lot with a lot of our natives, because a lot of them are very closely related to some popular landscape plants or other things like that. So they are prone to hybridizing. One being the hibiscus. So there are native hibiscus to Hawaii, and they hybridize very easily as well. So propagating via seed is difficult.
So
hybridization.
How do you guys keep yours from getting hybridized?
A lot of our hibiscus we propagate via cutting.
Ah, cloning. And you guys all know about cloning as well.
So all of our stuff is specific to valves, so we've got everything kind of separated out so we know exactly how much water everything is getting. It's with light species, the shade is variable, all that fun jazz.
Nice.
So these tables are all koa. This is all Big Island koa. So this is a huge reforestation project on the Big Island. It's going to be, they're all going to be shipped to the Big Island. And so
That's
I have
excellent.
more to pick up. It was really windy here, so a lot of stuff is falling over.
So you guys are really into reforestation.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's actually a really easy thing to grow for. You're just growing a huge amount of one thing. Koa is actually very easy to propagate via seed. It germinates really well. It's actually one of the faster growing crops in Hawaii. And we're one of the only nurseries that grows native. So when you get these big reforestation projects via the state or even via private individuals that want to reforest their land, we're one of the only people that they can come to in order to get plants.
Oh, wow.
So we have a lot of contract plants.
And a lot of responsibility. It's great to hear that you guys are reforesting the state. It's a real shame when forests get cut down and then we have to do stuff like that.
We have a ton of land on Maui that needs reforesting, so acres and acres and acres.
And what was the main reason for the forest being cut down?
Well, it depends on where you are, but most of it was cattle and ag. There's also a lot of dry forest was cut down for sandalwood harvesting.
Ooh.
We have our native Haleakala sandalwood is the one that is the aromatic sandalwood, and you can only get the smell from the hardwood. So a lot of sandalwood was cut down. And just ag and houses and people wanting to live here.
So was it mainly up on the hill?
Oh, it's everywhere. I mean, Kahului, like I said, it used to be dunes and it's now a town.
So was that cut down for a lot of the sugar cane?
Sugarcane is all in the Central Valley, so
So that didn't hurt it too bad?
didn't hurt native for well
The
a lot
native
of that,
trees?
absolutely. I mean, all of that used to be.
That was all forested as well?
Yeah.
It's a shame. You know, commercialization it's a big devastating force to our ag, our natural ag, that is.
Let's see, what else though?
And is koa a hardwood?
Yes. So koa, this is actually a koa, as well as the one, the giant tree over there. These are both examples of koa that are like 14 years old or so, which is incredibly abnormal. They've gotten all of the water, all of the fertilizer, all of the love and attention they could ever want. So you'll
That
never
is
see a koa
awesome.
that's that big in the wild that's only 14 years old.
Wow.
But old growth koa, when you see a really, really old koa, that's what they would make canoes out of. So koas are the trees that they make canoes out of. It's also, it's a beautiful hardwood. They make instruments out of it.
Oh
They
yeah,
make tools
beautiful
out of it.
instruments out of the koa wood.
It's a super popular wood. It's actually being commercially grown on the Big Island for harvest.
So due to its commercialization, it doesn't have any endangerment then?
Koa, I don't believe has any status. Ohia doesn't have any status, but they're both very sacred woods, and most of the protection just comes from the land that it is growing in. So there's a lot of protected lands that you're not allowed to harvest. But I mean, a lot of people have it growing on their property or whatever, and they can harvest all day long.
Gotcha. Is most of the wood that's used for instruments, is that propagated for that use?
I believe so. So to my knowledge, most of that comes from Big Island.
So they're not
plantation
harvesting
wood.
any
To
protected
my knowledge,
wood.
To my knowledge, there's no wild harvested koa used for commercial production. I think that would be extremely frowned upon, and people would be really mad.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
This is Maui vine. Maui vine is a super sacred vine that's used for lei making. It smells really, really good.
As a matter of fact, guys, remember when I was taking you through Urban Senior's little garden there, and there was that vine? Well, there you go. That's what that vine was. Native vine. And what was the name one more time?
It's called Maui vine.
Maui vine.
This here is mamaki. Mamaki is you dry the leaves and use it for tea. It's a medicinal Hawaiian tea.
And what do they use it for medicinally?
I don't know. I just drank it. This is tasty. There's a lot of plants that are used medicinally, and I don't know exactly what they use them for, but mamaki is definitely the most popular.
I wanted to show you guys that here at the Native Nursery, they use bees. They have their own beehives, and they use the bees as pollinators. And you guys know how I feel about bees. Bees are nature's pollinators, and we need to take care of them. Bees are, I believe, a underappreciated insect. They are a big cause of most of our pollination and why we are able to eat our fruits and vegetables. So I want you guys to always be wise and be careful and take care of your bees, guys. They are so important to our ecosystem, and people are using pesticides and they're not paying attention to whether they're bee friendly or not. And you have to be friendly, because once our bees are gone, our food's gone, and once our food's gone, we're gone. So take care of your bees, guys. Take care of your bees. All right, so we got some taro here, guys. Check that out. We love it. And believe it or not, this guy right here, only 8 months old. A Russian working dog. There you have some bananas. And here we have a coconut palm. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it, guys. There's your tour of the Native Nursery here in upcountry Kula. And I just want to thank Michelle for being so gracious for showing us all around and giving us a little tour of the native plants and what they are. And like I always say, keep happy, stay stoned, and urban garden.